you might find yourself saying stuff like, this person doesn't respect me, or I don't understand, this person keeps seeing me this way and that's not who I am anymore. Um, Sometimes when we say that's not who I am anymore, we're saying that from a standpoint of seeing ourselves as having already achieved the thing or gone through the transformation that we want, when in fact we haven't. When in fact we may be in the process of that transformation. And other people's perception of you is not your responsibility, but it is your responsibility to present yourself correctly. It is your responsibility to present yourself authentically. So it's not this case of pretending. It's not this case of, where you dress for the job that you want to have, and you set your environment a certain way and you make it look like you're already there, because we could be really good at that. We can be really good at like faking it till you make it and looking like we've achieved the thing that we have not yet achieved. And this week, when we're talking about soul, this is something I often say. Your soul knows. Your soul knows when you're pretending. Your soul knows when you're lying, because your soul knows who you are. It doesn't matter how you present yourself. It doesn't matter how you dress yourself up and you talk a certain way and you walk a certain way and you wear certain clothes. Your soul knows. And eventually, you know that the real you is going to slip out. And if you are not being authentic, everywhere you go, it doesn't matter who you're with, you're going to live in fear that the real you is going to be seen. What a terrifying and sad way to live. Not being able to be your true self, even if that means that you're not perfect. Even if that means that you're a work in progress or a work on pause. Your authenticity is more powerful than you know. So don't feel like, you have to pretend. Don't feel like you have to save face. I get it that every emotion and every conversation is not for every environment. It's not for every place. But that does not mean that you show up as a false version of you in order to make other people feel better. Because sometimes we do that. We dumb down our own emotions. We dumb down the effects of life on ourselves because we don't want to be a burden. Sorry. We don't want to be a burden to other people. Right? So we pretend that we are not angry. We pretend that we are not sad. We pretend that we're not frustrated. We pretend that we're not disappointed. Nothing is wrong with any of those things. So learning how to be yourself is key. It's the key. Because God wants to bless the authentic version of you. God doesn't want to bless the version of you that you're pretending to be. And I think we forget the difference between pretending and projecting. And when I say projecting, I'm talking about you putting a piece of yourself into the future that you want. Right? So it means that if there's a certain way that you want to live your life, that you will start doing some of the things that the future version of you needs to do. You will start saying some of the things that the future version of you needs to hear, or that the present version of you needs to hear in order to become the future version of you. But that happens bit by bit, little by little. Right? It doesn't happen all at once, and it does not happen by pretending. Because if you put up a facade in order to make your life look and feel and seem like the life that you want, you'll always be living a lie. And how does that help? How does that help your vision? You can't pretend your way into your vision. There is a healthy dose of imagination that you will need, but above that, you need authenticity. You need authenticity because only you can live your life. So that vision has to be sustainable. And it is not sustainable to pretend to be something that you're not. It's not sustainable to pretend to feel something that you don't feel. And it's not sustainable to pretend that you aren't feeling what you do feel. So when I come on here and I share a lot of these things, it's to get you in the mindset where you can be authentic with yourself. When we're having those 3 daily appointments, the appointment with God, the appointment with yourself, and then your appointment with others. And here's the thing, and I believe a lot of Christians struggle with this, because you have to be honest with yourself first before you could be honest with God. We kind of place the onus on God, and we say, oh, God knows my heart. You know, God knows. He sees through the facade. He absolutely sees through the facade, but he wants you to see yourself too. And sometimes it's not just about, you know, praying that perfect prayer that sounds like it came straight out of the Bible, but you're wrestling on the inside instead of coming to God and saying, God, this is where I really am. This is how I really feel. This is what I really want. And I know that you see who I truly am and what I really feel. And I need you to help me. I need you to help me to be honest with myself and to be honest with you, so that the life that I'm creating and the life that I'm living is a life that is going to honor you. Yeah. I hope this helps. Blessings on your journey. I'll talk to you soon.